another day here ready to getting started. We got the SoundBlaster Heroes League continuing coverage, and what is going to be really day number 4 of it. So we are getting down to the end here, and we're going to start getting some answers, not only as far as which teams are going to be moving on, but possible what the seeds are going to be shaping up to look like. So with that said, we got 3 great matchups ahead of you guys. Awesome Heroes of New Earth going to be coming at you today. 3 games in total. Cannot wait to get it started. First things first, though, I'm Breaking CBK, and I'm going to be joined by co-casters today, Sender of Internet Gangsters. Sender, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Breaky. Just glad to be here to cast some games. Should be an interesting one. I want to see if dnL has what it takes to beat Stay Green. It is a best of 1, so I think it's a kind of best case scenario for them also.
That's something we always talk about with the group stages, especially like this one, being the best of 1. If anything, that's where those underdog teams could maybe have a little bit more of a chance as you're just standing there, for obvious reasons of maybe try to catch them off guard, catch them in a bad game, and then all of a sudden, they take the victory. So, but it's going to be difficult, and I say that mainly because Zlapt was making the mention to me just before the game that Probusk is not here. They consider him obviously a great player for them. No doubt he is. No shit actually going to be replacing him here for today, but it's kind of unfortunate because they got not only Stay Green today, but they also play TMSR. Here they are 3-0, but this is not a friendly day for them, so it kind of sucks, but we'll see how they're able to match up, so we'll see. Obviously, not having Proboss Kurtz, but No Shit's a good player himself, so I'm sure they can still stand up, but obviously Stay Green at the same time. They're 1-0. They've only played the 1 game, and that was actually against Team Excellent, which, by the way, we got to make mention of that. So this is a Group A matchup, but obviously the 16's in Group A. Pulling that standings up real quickly to show you guys. Team Excellent, as you see, 1-4. They're finished. They are knocked out. There's no way they're advancing on, no matter how it finishes, because the best case scenario, they actually tie with DC Fabulous, but DC Fabulous actually beat them, so they would have the head-to-head victory over them. So Team Excellent not going to be moving on here from Group A, and I don't know if a lot of people really saw that one coming. Here from this group. Did you see it coming, Sender?
I'm not going to say it coming, but I saw it as a possibility. I had some faith in the Asian teams in Group A. I think they had a chance, and I would say dnL is on a high, while Excellence is on a low, so I knew dnL could beat them. So I'm not going to say it was likely, but, it was possible, and, it did happen in the end. But let's just get a little bit into the draft, Breaky. I guess at the bands, the Wretched Hag band actually kind of stands out a lot to me. It is a really popular hero nowadays, but I kind of thought they would have favored the Kraken band. But I guess maybe it looked like they wanted to bait an engineer pick, so they could take Kraken, and then they were very wise, and they picked a strong solo mid that can face an NG I don't know, actually. Bubbles versus NG Ravener is kind of scary. It's really hard to dodge the Ravener stun as Bubbles.
Huh. So you expect that it is going to be that Bubbles mid, pretty much. Okay.
It could be a Kraken. I'm not sure. I guess it could be Kraken mid, because it's actually really hard to take cover of the Ravener stun as Bubbles.
Well, we'll see what they ultimately decide to do, obviously, as we are advancing on here in the selection stage. So as far as the lineups are looking so far, Stay Green, they got the Ophelia on top of the Engineer Ravener. No doubt they are feeling pretty good. Now, as far as these next tier bands go, both teams going the jungle route, by the way, definitely worth noting. But now as the bands go, so far you see Sandwraith into Corrupted into Rally. So a couple of carries actually already taken out right off the bat. Both teams still need that kind of carry presence, unless they want to run the Kraken in more of that short lane, which it seems like you're kind of... so wait, are you expecting Kraken maybe to play Suicide then, or you think
I'm pretty sure Kraken and Bubbles are the solo laners. It's not really a Funzmeister hero. It's more Mickey. I think Mickey will probably be on Kraken and No Shit will be on Bubbles. Now, I'm not saying that Kraken is a really strong short lane solo or short lane carry. It's just the style of the team is. I think they'll pick another kind of carry for Funzmeister and run a dual core with Kraken and whatever carry Funz plays.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what that option is. Soul Reaper, actually, banned by dnL Esports. We did see Soul Reaper ran by Stay Green recently, so taking that option away from them. Then Fade and Master of Arms to finish things off. So a couple of middle presents, perhaps, to finish things off from both sides. So you see Gemini actually being right-clicked over there by Stay Green. I don't know if they have a history of running Gemini too much themselves, but...
I've seen it a couple times, but I think it's a really strong hero, but I would actually be kind of surprised if they picked a hero, because I feel like it's a hero they were going to be saving for a bigger event.
Yeah. Don't want to bust it out just yet. This is not that this isn't a big event, more so just where it's at, obviously, in the group stages here. Again, this is only their second game of the group stages. They're 1-0. Definitely expected to move on, if not even finish first place, of course, here in Group A. But they still got a way to do it, and they got some tough matchups. Not only dnL Esports here, but they still have to play TMSR, of course, and then the 2 Southeast Asian teams. Who knows what can happen with those guys, as we're talking about, especially with the best of the 1 series. So. Moving on here, dnL Esports now, thinking about their next couple of picks. So we talked about still a carry option for Flensmeister, as well as their go-to support now. Supports? You know supports. What are they thinking here for support?
I was actually kind of surprised at the ban MOA because I didn't really see it as a possibility for Stay Green taking that hero. But I guess they just didn't want to risk it. But supports, Glacius is I want to say Glacius is a strong option because you're against Ophelia, but the recent nerf on the Tundra Blast is actually a quite big deal. So I'm not sure on that. They might opt for maybe like a really strong short lane support that can zone well, but this is a War Beast, so that means you want to have catching ability. Alright, but they go for the Torture. They probably think it's going to be a War Beast short lane solo, and they think Torture will match up versus any Suicide Stay Green picks.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Stay Green's gonna pick something for a short lane right now.
All right. So they got a lot of time actually to think about this one, over a minute even at this point. So gonna put some thought into it, I'm sure, and want to make sure that they have the right pick going into this final one here. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. While we are waiting for that final pick, a couple other things to mention. Not only the schedule today, I mean, today's schedule is ridiculous. We were talking about this on the podcast yesterday, especially. This is a big day because not only do we have this match here, then this is followed by dnL versus TMSR. Both of those teams, obviously, high records, 3-0 currently for dnL and 3-0 for TMSR. And then today finishes off with Stay Green versus TMSR. So definitely the 3 top dogs here of Group A even are going to be going at it all throughout today. So that's big. Group B also has some great matchups. The Law versus Fade to Black happening right now. The Law versus Lions going to be the follow-up, and then Fade to Black, of course, taking on Lions to finish things off. So that's what that looks like as far as the schedule is concerned for today. And then, of course, one more day tomorrow to ultimately determine how it's going to be shaping up. So now down to 10 seconds left. So
I want to say Mag. I feel like it's going to be some form of initiator.
Huh.
Slither. Okay. I was right, it's a short lane solo. I was right on that account, but I was wrong on what the role would be.
Didn't call Slither, how dare you.
No, I actually like that pick, though. They have a really strong early game with Ophelia creeps and pushing, and they have the strong teamfight potential with Engineer, Slither, and Warcry will just increase the damage output of all their heroes. I think it's a really well-crafted lineup for the early to mid-game phase.
Slither. Man, this hero... He's kind of been popping up as a support option. We haven't seen him in that more of a farming role, like on the solo role yet, so I am very interested to see how that goes. On Honcast? I don't think we have.
Played it a couple of games. I actually think he fits the solo role better right now than he does the support role.
Okay.
The fact that your Q is 600 range level 1, it just hurts a support player so much that I think he has a role as a solo, just because I feel like he can fit certain lineups, and this is one of them. But I just don't like the hero as support.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm trying to recall. I don't know if that was on Honcast then, because it might have been seen recently, but I can't say for.
Some with it, and I think they played it earlier in the tournament. I may be wrong on that, but we definitely did play them in game. It was the Friday.
It was the winter bracket finals then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we didn't cast. That was Riser, I think, was actually even casting that instead because, we're still out of town. So anyways, all right, so that makes sense. Okay, so we'll see how that performs here. Obviously being played by Limp. Again, obviously Dr. Repulsor was the final pick coming out here from dnL, and look at this right off the bat. All 5 of them heading towards mid.
Are they doing Kongor or First Blood? But I actually really do like this Dr. Repulsor pick if they can get to the late game. He's really strong versus these Legion heroes. You got a War Beast who needs to chase heroes down, and just they're lacking a lot of stuns. If he can just also like really bad initiating stuns for a Doctor, so it's a really good pick here. But it looks like they're going for a First Blood attempt.
Probably not going to happen. I think they were spotted, at least one of them by Engineer there on the uphill, so they're playing pretty sneaky, though. They're trying to get in position, but as you can see, Stay Green playing passive enough. Not going to give them any free opening. And now here come the Hellhounds to scout things out, and they'll despawn. So no action to start things off. They did get a ward of sight right here in this camp, so I'm sure Stay Green will see if they have the mindset to counterward that, or not, but
Really?
actually,
Alright. They put Bubbles bottom, Kraken mid. I think I'm not sure where they should be honestly, because Bubbles is kind of like I was saying earlier in the picking phase. Bubbles is bad versus an engineer versus a Ravnar lane, so this is probably the correct place to lane.
mhm.
And Kraken should survive, I think. I guess engineer does have a mana pot, so that's really important. They can use their spells really early on. And both heroes at like level 1 and 2 have low mana cost spells.
Yeah.
I think Ragnar's Q is like 80 mana or something. 90. And so is yeah, so they'll be good. I think they can handle the Kraken. I think they'll be able to zone him out a little bit.
Oh, Mickey, the one playing the Kraken. He's been playing Kraken quite a bit recently since we've been casting dnL Esports, so a comfortable hero of his at this point, it seems like. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. DC Engineer obviously doing his best right off the bat to box him out. But this bottom matchup, I mean, man, it's been a while since we've seen the Slither versus Bubbles, at least again. I mean, maybe we did see it recently, but this is a matchup that Bubbles is going to have a very difficult time with, to say the least. That toxicity is annoying as hell for him.
But actually, when we played against their Slither, we put a Drunken Master against him, and he actually managed to kill Slither, but he still lost the lane. Like, he got a kill on the short lane hero, but he still lost the lane. That's just the power of Slither.
Yeah, no, his laning presence is very powerful when it's said and done, as far as the 1v1 match, especially in most at least. So, yeah, expect to Limp to have a good day. I also like Stegman's been doing a bit of this recently too, and it's just maybe just because of coincidence with certain heroes and whatnot. But Limp's playing the short lane here, obviously, and they got Chessie on Warbeast playing the Suicide. I know Chessie's more comfortable on the Warbeast. So that kind of makes sense here, but we also seen it with Slither or Limp playing Kraken, even he'll play in that short lane as well sometimes. So the brothers are interchangeable as far as that short lane Suicide. It seems like it just matters on the hero. So it's kind of interesting to see that coming out from Stay Green. Once again, noticing that here, but yeah, excited to see Slither. Okay, well, how should we expect to see Slither built then if he's going to be playing this farming role?
Probably at least 2 or 3 points in the poison spray. He'll probably want to get wards up early, but for the pushing, but I guess he doesn't need to. Like, they don't really need the toxin wards just because they have so much push already with Warcry and Ophelia.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not really necessary. So he might want to like go for more damage with getting more levels in toxicity and poison spray. But I would be okay with either build. I think they're both good in this game.
What about items? How you think, like damage build, tanky even? I mean, more just utility.
Maybe.
Well, they have Warbeast for damage for later games, so
I'm just thinking. Oh, I mean, they also have Ravnar. Ravnar is a hero very strong in the mid to late game. Also, you know, he's superior magic on all his spells, so items like Shrunken Head don't really phase him.
Yeah.
But too much. I mean, obviously they can't be disabled, but the damage still gets through. But I guess Slither, I mean, maybe an Sackstone, maybe like an Icon of the Goddess, maybe tank up early. I'm not really sure. I mean, his role is really just to get as many auto attacks he can with his toxicity, get his ultimate off, just kind of be in the front with Ravenor. So I probably maybe tanky, might even get like a tablet. There's a lot of options, really. It's hard to call.
He kind of reminds me of some of the old school Vindicator back when Vindicator's E was just on himself, and how he would build tanky, and you know he'd kind of stand in the middle of those fights to be able to have the R effective. So kind of that similar idea. But yeah, he's definitely here on in this role that no doubt can build many different ways. I mean, I'm expecting the utility route, kind of as you're hinting at, because yeah, as you said, they have Ravenor, they have Warbeast, so he doesn't necessarily need to build carry by any means for them. So we'll see what Limp decides to go for in the end. Obviously, just getting started here. Looks like Mickey is back, so I'm guessing resume going to happen here shortly, and we'll be able to move on with our first game here.
Just something to note. Apparently, dnL at some point got a ward off in the hard camp of Stay Green, and they haven't spotted out, so it could make a big deal. 4 camps versus 5 camps, but Ophelia is very spawn dependent. So if he doesn't get the right spawns in the 4 camps, it's going to hurt him a lot in terms of farming or ganking. And this is kind of one of those games where he just wants to farm. Slither's going to auto-win short lane. You have a 2v1 middle, they're already going to auto-win that lane. Like, you just want to get your levels up.
Yeah.
The heroes are focusing on not dying already. You don't really need to do that.
Yeah. All right, back into the game we go here. Parasite obviously in his own jungle as well, so none of his camps got blocked. In fact, you see Torture even doing the pole camp right there. and assisting in the lane. Dr. Repulsor trying to box out Orbeez quite a bit, and it seems like that's doing pretty effective. The Hellhound's going to be picked off even, so Doctor, some nice extra free farm. Middle lane, Kraken, some pressure coming out. Ravener not going to get close enough for the Stormblades, though, so in the end, Kraken's going to be fine. Obviously, he has that Tsunami charge to help him get away if need be, but still it is turning out to be a pretty difficult time for him.
Yeah, it's just so strange. The Engineer Ravener lane is so good against all this escape mechanism heroes.
Yeah.
All the heroes you would expect to do good 2v1. I guess the only hero that would do, like, the hero that comes to mind which you would want versus this is like a Wretched Hag, just because you can blink away right away.
Huh. Well, they do got the Kraken, and obviously, so far, I mean, Mickey is 7-0. We do see initiation right there. Nope, he's not going to follow coolly. Port in, yes, he will. Oh, a little bit of stutter step from Engineer. There comes a Kegstun, though, and that turret to help finish him off. I mean, that was last second port from Swinamel's right there. The communication seemed to be a little bit off. They weren't sure between the brothers, but in the end, they get the Bloodlust kill. And, yeah, you just see right there again how it's just a difficult setup for Mickey to deal with, so... Always a haster, and yeah, exactly.
I mean, that comes down to rune control, though. Like, they didn't have anyone top on the rune. I think the support wasn't even stacking the pull, so like there was no. It really just comes down to that. That's kind of like on the denial in the end, and Sagreen capitalized obviously by checking the rune.
It pays off. Bloodlust kill coming in just after 2 minutes, so well played right there. You do see Torture kind of thinking about. Well, it looked like he was kind of coming to the middle lane, but in the end, nope, he's going to go back towards the top. So I was wondering if they were going to make that transition of maybe trying to have him help, but by now you figure maybe it's a little bit too late. So just going to continue to actually try to kill these Hellhounds here, not let Chessie do the free pull. And, chain reactions. Can he land them? No, he's not going to actually go for it in the end. So I'll just keep pulling it, actually, and Chessie just being obnoxious with those wolves, as he usually does. But Dr. Repulsor at the same time, he is the top farmer in the game. Dr. Repulsor is looking at 19-8 creep farm now, as he is farming 310 gold per minute right here. So, obviously, a pretty good start for dnL Esports there, but looking pretty good for Stigard at the same time. In fact, initiation once again on a Kraken. He has that Tsunami charge. Will he be able to get it off? He will, and he will survive. But, you know, that was with him being at full life right there. So, if he's missing any life and they initiate, there's a good chance he's going to fall. So you see right here, I mean, he's just going to have to sit way back at this point. And
yeah, it's also kind of unfortunate with the old observatory right now. You could just eat a tree or use a Locker's Hatching and just buy like 2 potions and be like good to go.
True.
Take these creeps in the tower, but right now he can be zoned out if Sagreen play up on him.
Very true, yeah. Right. I was gonna reiterate that. That happened obviously that last patch how you can no longer use the observatory here on the Hellborn side, so good point to bring up there. So Kraken is level 5 now, but again, he's playing so timid. If he gets hit by a ball lightning or a Kegstun, he is going to be dropping right here, so to be very, very careful with that. Bottom lane, Invis Bubbles. He's just soaking up as much experience as possible. Again, I'm sure it's been a difficult time for him. He only has the 4 creep kills. He is level 4, though. You do see Slither hitting level 6, however. Look at that creep farm. 27 and 13. 28 and 13 now coming out for Lint playing Slither, so he is having a dominating one-sided performance here.
I mean, there's really nothing you can do in this matchup. It's already like one of the most mismatched ups, or one of the like worst matchups in the game. Then you have to add Warcry onto that. Then you add Ophelia presence in the jungle. Like,
yeah,
it's just when you go to this lane, you're expecting to lose this hard.
Yeah. So it's how's the jungle impact been? Speaking of that, actually, a level 5 Ophelia now. It seems like she's farming 240 gold per minute. It looks like Zlapto 290 GPM here on Parasite. He's having a pretty good time, even upwards of actually over 300 now. He's got the Ghost Marchers, the Blood Chalice. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, though, we do have initiation. Kraken's falling, but he's able to be fine. Torture, in the meantime, though, he was kind of pushed up right there. The Sensation, though, gets back before too much happens. Parasite running over. Ooh, nice Rev Ward. Actually, that should be in range. Yeah, they're going to counter ward that Ward of Sight right there. So good use of the Rev Ward. And going to get the good counter ward out as a result. So well played. And we're still sitting on that 1 kill so far.
Bubbles is going to fall.
Is he? Yep.
Yeah, he didn't take cover the poison spray. He messed up a little bit in the end. That's the reason he's going to die. He didn't mana for the shell.
That hurts.
I think dnL, they really need this Dr. Repulse so they get active. They're losing 2 lanes really hard right now. Oh, middle lane. Kraken.
They release the Kraken coming up. Parasite coming in with the Wild Hunter. One more auto attack, maybe. No, Engineer. The bottom charge is actually being used that he still had on him. They are going to chase him down, though. Chain reactions take out the trees as well, stun him. And Parasite actually finishing him off right there. So they do get the kill in the end. Ravener cannot do much else right there, and that's a lot of resources used, but again, they accomplish the kill. Good news for denial, at least in response.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to make some headway and win the mid lane. I don't think they can really do anything in this bottom lane without bringing until Bubbles is 6, or they bring like Doctor or Pulsar plus another hero.
Yeah.
This so they're just won't. I actually maybe Doctor or Pulsar and Bubbles would be enough.
Oh, geez, look at Bubbles again. The poison spray, the auto attacks. Now, Port is coming in. Who is it? It is Doctor. Shellswift going to be using Ports away. Bubbles still might be in trouble, but Limp's going to end up falling right here. The electric turn goes down. He did get the tower kill. Will they deny him? No, not necessary. Bubbles is going to live in the process. So, again, he got the tower kill, but at least they do kill Slither. And it went to Doctor Repulsor. And if he wasn't able to get that kill, obviously that would have been a wasted Port in the end. So, I don't know. Is that a fair trade, you think, or one for denial?
I mean, say you're gonna get a tower, but the big thing is Bubbles gets experience. He's gonna get a little bit of free farm bottom, and now he's level 6. He has boots once he he buys them.
Yeah. Oof. Nice port right there. That was very close.
So yeah, that's actually a huge win for denial. If that didn't happen, Bubbles would have been out of the game for at least another 3 minutes.
Oh, Ravener trying to port in to get a counter kill, and actually Slither does catch Dr. Repulsor, but of course Doctor's like, yeah, that's not going to do anything to me. I'm just going to teleport over the sledge right here, and I'll be more than fine. So they take out Chessie, and they fall back in time. The Hellhounds are still after Torture, by the way. But Parasite will say, get off of him, and they'll obey his command. So they fall back, and actually Denial Esports taking the 3-2 hero kill lead now. So their play is definitely coming through. And as you mentioned, level 6 Bubbles here. So we'll see if they can maybe set up something with that now, having that kelp field. He is still farming the bottom lane as it is pushed up, obviously. Ophelia is falling back. But definitely keeping that in mind. Dr. Repulsor, by the way, he's got the Steam Boots. It looks like he is going for that Lightbrand build here. Again, not really a surprise. Lightbrand into that Grimoire.
Yeah, I mean, Nullstone's not very good this game. Like, it's not really necessary. So that's not really an option. And I guess you could go a Hellflower Rush, but Grimoire is just such a good option. It gives you so much more damage. Gives you a lot of mana regen. So it's probably, I would say it's the correct option. Yeah. Parasite's in a Wild Hunter right now. He's going middle lane.
Where is he? There he is, yeah. It's hard to see the mini-map sometimes, but there we go. He's going to jet on by, but as you see, not going to find that opening just yet. Going to go around the corner. Going to find Ophelia, actually. Let's see if he can maybe combo him down, but...
He's going to wait for the next Invis charge.
Okay.
I think they might try to get this Ophelia. This is a really good target if they can kill him before he gets his heal off.
Yeah. Yep, here comes the flank. Will they follow it up on Bubbles? Is he going to pour it in? No, tower will fall. Ball lightning! Ooh, take cover on a Bubbles before it actually hit him. That was close. He's going to be fine, though. So no action ended up happening. They are counter-pushing the top lane in the meantime. Not the biggest push, though, and this tower is going to be alive for now.
Swindle could be in trouble here. No, they're not going to go for it. The heroes just weren't close enough. Yeah. But, you know, good tower push for SG. It's kind of what they need to do. Their heroes, if the game is even at the mid-game phase, their heroes will be a little bit lackluster. No, never mind, actually. But they do have a really strong early game team fight. They want to try to take these towers, force the fights if they can.
Yeah. Speaking of Dr. Repulsor, again, the Lightbrand. I'm sure the Grimoire to follow. As actually hold that thought. Bubbles at the bottom lane. Regen are going to be bottled up, and he'll be fine. The Engineer just harassing him a little bit right there. What do you think about Icon of the Goddess on Doctor? You think that is a good pickup for him? Possibility even, but...
If they want to take team fights, I would actually say that's probably the best option.
Yeah.
It's just such a good item in the... If you're taking team fights, if you're snowballing, you get a ton of charges. Once you get hero kills, you get so much regen. It's actually... I'm not going to say it's going to be like the go-to item for every game, but, you know, it does definitely has its choice games, and I could see it this game, but it's not going to happen.
It's kind of like that portal key effect. If you do get it, it pretty much means that you want to have fights happen. So you want to look for picks. So we'll see what route he goes. Again, I'm not saying he is going to go that, but it's funny how Icon of the Goddess has actually where we see that Soul Reaper strat where apparently that's good for him. And then we got Dr. Repulsor. Obviously with him now kind of stepping up, that definitely is an ideal item on him in cases. So seeing Icon of the Goddess pop up finally. That's good to see. We'll see if it becomes more of a trend or if it falls off soon after. But
I think... it's just kind of, we're currently like in a meta shift right now. and that item is just really good at when you're taking a lot of team fights, and that's kind of where the game is right now.
Yeah.
It's either take the fights or don't take the fights. There's some ganking, but since we're kind of phasing out of this like farmable portal key, then like set up kills meta, heroes are a lot harder to kill now, so it's mostly just team fight heroes taking towers.
Yeah.
Or dodging fights. It's kind of what you see.
Slither, by the way, he did go Energizer here. He's got the Steam Boots Energizer. He's got plenty of build-up, basically. Ring of the Teacher, Mystic Vestment. So, still no exact answer on what he's going to be going for, but we'll, again, keep an eye on that and see where Limp goes from here. He is level 10 now. Top tower falling. Dr. Upholstery able to push it in. He just got his light brand. And able to apply some pressure to the top tower and take it out as a result. So well played there. And actually middle lane now, we do see Kraken in a lot of trouble once again. He's going to charge through the energy field. Hoping that's going to be enough. Probably is only out. In comes a torrent, but not nearly enough when it's all said and done. Ravener and Engineer just too powerful, and he couldn't get any support nearby either in time. So Kraken back to the middle lane. And I mean, we're now 12 minutes into the game, and Kraken's still in that middle lane. Oh, wow, yeah, he is going to be picked off. What was that, Parasite coming in and Doctor? Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Minus is having a really rough game. He had a good start, but he just he was moving around, not really getting that much out of his movements, and now he doesn't even have an astrolabe by like 12 minutes or even close to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna really hinder his effectiveness going into the later stages of the game.
It is, yeah. You're not used to seeing Ophelia struggle like he is, but he is struggling. Ring of Sorcery and red boots. Yeah, 12, 13 minutes in nearly. Holy crap. That is pretty crazy. Bottom lane, they're trying to catch Slither. He's going for the TP, and it will be in time. Well played by Limp right there. He knew that was basically his only out, hoping that they didn't have another follow-up stun, and he was correct. He's able to get away.
I'm really interested to see what build Slapped goes. With the nerf to the E not working on items,
true.
It kind of makes... Codex level 1 is reasonable, but maxing it is just bad, I want to say. And I want to see if he could go the puzzle box build here, and I would be kind of for it. It's really good versus these like the mass AoE. There's a high chance it'll blow up on true damage to someone,
true. And
that means he's evading all that damage too. So he's living, and I think it could be a really good option this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Parasite definitely got that nerf bat slightly with the.
Engineer could be in trouble here. Just one hero, Tortza nearby.
If he opens by himself, I mean, he should be killed, but yeah, with Warbeast nearby, there's the opening, and comes out of touch now. Ophelia's touch is going to be used, chain reaction, so Impalement is up. Warbeast trying to make a counter happen. Energy field is put down, and Z-Freak is going to live, and they get the counter kill on top of that, but is it going to matter in the end? Z-Freak, he's still in trouble. No, he has a regen. No, he's actually bottle charges. Holy crap, the leech is not enough. He's going to go for the TP, he will be fine. Dr. Pulsar flying in, though. Slither gets his ultimate off right there, but he's going to be charged around. He will be finished off, but the poison damage is now starting to tick. Ravener's here. You see off to the side. Ophelia also thinking about coming in. Dr. Pulsar flying around. Bubbles trying to stay alive. Tape cover going to be used. He gets caught by the ball lightning, though. He will go down. Chessie goes down on Warbeast, and now ludicrous speed used by Doctor. He is all out of mana, though, and Ravener is chasing. He won't have enough for a ball lightning, however. Yes, he does now. Ring of Sorcery used, so they will have it, but he's probably not going to be able to snipe them. And that's how it ends. Holy crap, Z-Freak making some big plays right there. Stay alive.
That was still a huge team fight for denial. They only lost Bubbles, where Stay Green lost their Slither and their Warbeast.
Yeah.
And those are the kills you want to get. Ravener's okay to kill, but he's kind of tanky with the helm of Black Legion, so you don't really want to target him. Whereas they're getting rid of the heroes that are scaling right now and snowballing, so that's just really good targeting for Denial Esports.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that Ravener getting the helm of Black Legion, so bulking up a bit right here earlier on in the game. They are going to try to group up and push this top lane, but it seems like...
They should give this tower up. You do not want to fight without your release the Kraken. That spell is too monument.
Well, they're not going to give it up. They're all porting in right here. Energy field's going to be placed down. A pretty good one at that. Kraken and Bubble silenced right away. Kraken being locked down. Kraken tsunami turns away. He will fall, but at what cost? Ravener being pulled in. Down he goes. We see Dr. Repulsor doing plenty of damage. Poison spray going to be used. And now the Metamorphosis coming out from Warbeast. He's chasing them now. Bubbles take cover. He gets denied. Well played right there by Flensmeister, but is now Flensmeister in trouble. Torture is in trouble. He goes down, and Flensmeister says, not much more I can do. I'm going to jet on out of there. So, yeah, as he stated, probably not a fight you want to be taking, and well, Stay Green made them pay for it right there, and they still get the easy tower kill on top of it.
I want to say that could have been worse, like a 3-for-1 and a tower kill. Like you two heroes poured into the NG, what is it called? NG field.
Yeah.
So that was okay considering the circumstances. Like when you have two heroes poured into Perplex, like and you trade 3 for 1, like, yeah, you're okay with that, I guess. But yeah, that was just not a good fight to pick.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to it's like it still was for a bad decision, I guess. It didn't turn out the worst by any means, but it still was pretty bad for dnL Esports right there. In fact, you see the goalie now actually upwards of 4,000 here in favor of Stay Green. So apparently having a Skype issue. So get that reconnected. It'll be good to go. But so after that fight, I mean, you do see now 16 and a half minutes in, we have a case of Stay Green looking pretty good. By the way, Slither, he's got the mighty blade, so possibly going to be going for that early shrunken head here, and kind of goes to that idea that he wants to be able to sit in those fights, get those auto attacks off, and of course get good positioning for a poison burst. So seems like that's what he's going for, and just a lot of team fight coming out here from Stay Green. Again, that's not really a surprise though. That's what they do. That's what they do best. Codex is finished on Slaps, as you're talking about whether or not he levels that up or if he goes something else. We'll see what he goes for here. Flensmeister sitting on 430 gold per minute, by the way. He actually doesn't have the Grimoire yet, although he is just about there, it looks like. So.
Also, just something to note on, when you're taking these team fights, when you have really good ganking heroes like Parasite, Doctor, Repulsor, Kraken's even good at ganking because it's hard for him to die, and
yeah,
he has the good ultimate for setting up hero picks. This gave Ophelia a lot of gold. He got a lot of gold in that fight. He almost has an astrolabe when he jumped like 40 gold per minute in one fight. And that's going to be important. He's going to have Astrolabe in the next fight because if they chose to pick one bad fight, and it's just going to make all the difference for SG.
Yeah. Yeah, they love using those team fight items, especially when they're pushing like that. I mean, already with the Abyssal Skull and obviously the Battlecry presence coming out from Warbeast, the Astrolabe Ring of Sorcery on top of that, they definitely have a lot of that going for them. So, dnL Esports, yep.
I would like dnL to just they got to pick their fights really smartly. They have really good ganking heroes. I want to say they have better late game because in the same like the mid to late game phase, and when Doctor Pulsar is like the Grimoire Sheep and the Shrunken Head, they have really strong initiation where all SG will have is a Ravener Ball Lightning. And if they can get to that phase of the game, they're going to be in a really good spot if they're not too far behind. And they just need to get there. They need to dodge fights, get hero kills, just farm up other heroes. Kraken needs to get some farm going. He's not just has the steam boots right now. Parasite just needs to get some kills with Doctor Repulsor, and they should they're down 4K gold, but I think they can salvage this game pretty easily if they just pick their fights or just not take fights and just go for hero kills and farm.
Yeah. I mean, they have a crazy team for getting pickoffs between Parasite, between Doctor, between Bubbles. I mean, they definitely have a team makeup that is that can and will accomplish that if they want to. So, again, it looks like Flensmeister, okay, he is reconnecting now, so I assume that issue is taken care of. Maybe he's hosting the Skype call or something, but yeah, again, the Grimoire just about finished now on Doctor Repulsor, and that's a lot more damage that's going to be coming out from him, and also a lot more potential movement, and again, Parasite with that level 1 Codex, so looking for those individual hero kills. Going to be the name of the game here for dnL Esports at this point. Yeah, Mickey not doing his usual Kraken game. We've been pretty impressed with his play on the Kraken as of recent, but this game not as much, simply because of the circumstances. And what do you got?
I mean, he's just a hard spot. Like, I guess they could have played, like, they as a team could have played it better, and I think he only died once in laning phase, so that's not too bad, really. Yeah. It's just, it did take down his farm a lot. Like, he didn't get much out of the lane just because of the power of Ravenor and Engineer.
As far as the other game going on, by the way, while we are still just waiting for this one to resume here, I just want to take a quick look, see how that one's going on. It's the Law versus Fade to Black. It looks like Fade to Black, they're actually slightly maybe. I mean, it looks like a pretty back-and-forth game, though, overall, about 21 minutes in.
They're in a good spot. Like, I'm looking at the game, and I guess I'm looking on the stream. Maybe you're looking at Mon's game.
A little delayed, yeah.
But from the point I'm looking Fade to Black's position. They have two, like, range carries and they're in the lead versus, like, an all-in lineup with Soul Reaper, so I like their position.
Yeah. By the way, that blue player, Forsaken Archer, that is Zai, so to clarify that. Not even going to try to pronounce that name because I don't think you can. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, that's definitely a big matchup there. The Law looking for their first win after being 0-3, and Fade to Black, they're 0-1 currently going into that one. So, all right, it looks like we are good. Looks like we are good. Moving on. dnL versus Stay Green, so Once again, we just had that top tower kill in that top fight that wasn't the best choice even from dnL Esports perhaps, but what's done is done. You got to move on from that. Parasite looking for that kill. Yep, Chelsea's in trouble. No, he's not going to go.
No. I don't think he has damage. What?
Okay.
I can't. I guess I can look with 300 plus.
He just got the Mighty Blade.
Yeah, he doesn't have the damage. It'd be close, but you have to factor in Ophelia heal, so.
Yeah, the Ophelia's touch, actually, yeah. That just makes it annoying, so in the end, at least with Master of Arms as your Parasite, you can wait for the Master's Call, then just steal it off, but yeah, the Ophelia's touch, there's nothing you can do about that, of course, so.
Doctor finishes his Grimoire, so it's going to help his farming. It's going to increase his damage output. And be a really good tool for him. And Bubbles is just static farming bottom, which is, I guess, what he should be doing. If the game is going to be this slow, he should be static farming, but if Stay Green's going to be looking to make plays, you want to push out the lanes, just get as much farm as you can.
Now, what about Bubbles? Do you like the portal key here? Going up against like a Slither and Engineer, or would you rather see the tablet?
He needs the portal key. You need to get a good silence off in the team fights.
Yeah.
If you can, it's a key targets would be Warbeast before his ultimate if you want to kill him, or just like silence the background like Engineer and Ophelia. So, or if you want to jump Slither, silence him before he dies. Like, yeah. you definitely want the portal key, hands down.
Holy crap! Big push middle. That's an easy tower kill. It just drops so fast. Again, the Warbeast Ophelia synergy especially so powerful. The Toxin wards don't get the buff, do they? No, they don't. I was actually just thinking about that. If they actually got the battle cry buff, that'd be pretty crazy. But going back to the middle lane, though, we do see the defensive tower here in the middle lane. It's even taking a lot of pressure in the base. So Hellborn team, dnL Esports will be forced to fall back. Dr. Pulsar is still there. He gets the tower kill, but now he's coming back in. Kelfield going to land. It's a couple right there. Stun's coming out. Parasite going to initiate. Ophelia's dropping, but he doesn't do enough for the kill. He takes over the Vagabond. Ophelia's going to die in the end, though. It's Bubbles Ninja's in, and there comes Kraken. Where's the release of Kraken? There it goes. Dr. Pulsar flying in. Slither's being locked down. Where's the Poison Burst? The Poison Burst coming off now, and Kraken's going to end up falling most likely. Will they be able to get it nice off? Down goes Kraken right there, and it looks like Stay Green is finally done with overstaying their welcome. It is a 3-for-1 exchange in their favor, so not even really overstaying. That was actually just a damn good fight by Stay Green in the end.
I didn't see the start of it, but where they ported back, Stay Green started backing off, and then dnL jumped them, right? Is that what happened?
Bubbles Kelfield came out, and Parasite jumped Ophelia.
I don't... They just don't have the damage right now. Kraken has literally nothing. Grim, like, Doctor has this farming item that does help him do damage in team fights, but right now it's really just him and Parasite, so they should have not taken that fight. Like, I guess they're still fine, but the thing is their base tower is really low, so the next time Stay Green comes, they're probably going to wait for the Shrunken Head and Warbeast. That tower is just going to die. Then the racks are just going to die, and they won't have the items to fight them.
Well, yeah, that was, again, decision-making. It's not this horrible decision-making by any means. It's just the case that you're playing against Stay Green, the best team out there. Got to make the good decisions, so.
I think they just don't recognize how strong the Stay Green lineup is.
Yeah.
How hard it is to kill them. Oh no, the kick's done.
Well, they have a lockdown? No, they don't. If that was a Minotaur, maybe, but.
Yeah, the NG field was still on cooldown, so he couldn't like try to get like a good perplex with the. But anyways, they're just not recognizing the strength of these heroes. You have Ophelia for the team support.
Yeah.
You have so much magic damage coming out in AoE from Slither and Engineer, and then you have Ravenar who does a really high single target magic damage, and then you have Warbeast who just amps everyone's physical damage, and also doing some damage himself. So it's just a really hard team to deal with. This phase of the game. I really like the lineup that Stay Green crafted.
Yeah, again, and doing it with Slither as well, and obviously he definitely fits in very well himself, as he's proven. Limp is getting very close to that Shrunken Head, in fact. He has 2400 gold now saved up, so that's coming up very quickly. Swindlemelons also continues to farm very well, 430 gold per minute. His items really haven't been showing that, so I didn't really notice that, but he is pulling up for a full Shrunken Head at this point, it looks like.
And Parasite does now get the puzzle box now.
Okay.
I really do think that puzzle. I don't really think the Codex is good in this game. They don't really have the. I don't think that behind in the early game. That means they're down gold. So I don't think going for burst damage is the correct choice. But we'll just have to see how it plays out, I guess.
See, everyone's like, yeah, that's a bad thing. You never want to change your IP if you're in a game. We've experienced that before, and
Oh my!
Okay.
I always remember the game where we were playing against Fnatic at DreamHack, and No-Tail was like computer kept blue screening,
Yeah.
and they're I think they. I'm not sure if they did, but they might have swapped out a new computer.
Hmm.
And but anyway, that game was I think that game lasted like 90 minutes, or
Yeah.
just because we were like in 40 minutes of like pauses. It was insane.
It just took forever. So, all right. So he's gonna try to get that taken care of here, as far as that issue is concerned. So, oh wow, he's already reconnecting. So maybe it just okay. He probably realized that wasn't able to change his IP, so that's why it went a little bit quicker than expected. But we'll see once he gets back in. I was gonna say maybe we'll go on a break here, but if he's gonna be coming back now, we'll just wait out here and see for him to come back. So. Shrunken Head is going to be finished shortly on Warbeast as well. So, yeah, those are just going to be coming out here. And just even more just team fight. Good luck dealing with those items as they're going to push. As you mentioned, the puzzle box, though, on Parasite. So, what use is he going to be able to make of that? 2-0-4 here on Parasite. So, he's had a pretty good impact. Maybe not as high as he wants it to be, but...
Oh, slap! No, but Bubbles almost has a portal piece that is actually a really big difference maker. If he if he can catch one of the heroes without shrunken heads, like every hero on Legion is very high priority.
Yeah.
So if he can just get a good silence off in the team fight, like say get the engineer plus Ophelia, or like engineer plus Slither, or like just any of those two, yeah, will make a lot of dividends in the team fight.
Yeah. So, for now, though, 21.5 minutes in, stay green. They're going to keep it going, it looks like. They're making their way to the bottom lane. You see the portal key just purchased on Bubbles. So at least they have that going for them now. But here comes a bottom push. Z-Freak with that bound eye on him as well. Hoping to clear out the wards. This is going to be an easy tower kill. Probably not one they're going to defend here.
No way. I guess I actually would have. I guess SG just wants the extra gold. I guess they want to wait for Slither's shrunken head. But they might go base here. They're probably just gonna force them back. If denial take a fight like diving, they're gonna fight them. But other than that, they're just gonna force them back. Then they go get the shrunken head on Slither.
Yeah.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Now I really do need to port back. Doctor has like very low mana. He can't really jump.
He is ported back, but yeah, there's an easy tower kill. They're just going to keep going. When will the initiation happen? Kraken's starting to come up right now, and vulnerability going to be used right there. There's a Shell Surf. Doctor pulls her, trying to maybe pick off some of the creeps, but only gets one of them, and the other two stay alive. Slither Ward's even still around, doing some damage, but stay green. Will this be a fake fallback? No, it's actually a fallback. It actually is a fallback, so apparently he is still having some issues, unfortunately. As far as
let's see. So stay green are doing the fake. They're just gonna go again. I think they're gonna have engineer push out. What are they doing? All right, they're just taking their ancients. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But I know they got at least one tower, and denial that is. They might have gotten a top tier too. I'm not sure when that falled. Their fault, but they lost their base tower. But I guess that was okay for them. But the next couple pushes are gonna be really hard. Their racks are very exposed.
Yeah. It is a tough spot to be in, so that shrunken head, yeah, the shrunken head's all over the place here. Stay green. Again, it's just rinse and repeat here at this point. Just get your next tier items, go back, push back out the lanes, and then go back in. So denial Esports going to do their darnest to hold it off, but obviously it's, you know, stating the obvious. It kind of is a 4v5 at this point. You do see Slapped, he's even still in base. He's kind of been going back and forth, so clearly having those internet issues, and without Parasite effectively being able to get that good burst off on top of him having the puzzle box, I mean, good luck controlling that. So it's almost a case of you might as well share your hero at this point.
Dr. Pulsar has almost the shrunken head, but I think buyback is the better option with this hero.
He's going to go in right here on a Slither. Jets away quickly. Slither taking the lockdown. Can they actually kill him right here? Torrent comes out. In comes the cover. But here comes the Shrunken down. Here's the turnaround. They weren't able to burst him down. They used quite a bit right there. And now the melee Rax is going to end up falling. They are going to be able to pick up Torture. And the Rax just easily gets destroyed. So denial Esports clearly in a spot of, well, this is just so much to deal with. And a tough time
it's
with
kind of unfortunate. Their Parasite couldn't play his hero. That could have been a dead hero. I don't know. Also, I feel like Flensmeister should have just went all in there, died, bought back. I think that would have been the best case scenario for denial. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, now Stay Green get 2 free Raxes. I want to say denial can win from here, but it's gonna be very hard.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean the lead's not overwhelming. The
no, the gold
numbers
lead's
aren't.
not that bad.
Yeah, especially for being down 2 racks. It's actually not as bad as maybe it looks in that sense, but at the same time, it's still bad because they are down 2 melee racks. A lot of that is on Dr. Pulsar. They're clearly playing with a player that is having some issues with DCing and whatnot, so there's a lot of factors that come into play here. They're going to look for a jump. They're going to look for a jump and try to get a couple picks and maybe try to work off of that, but oh wow, look at them being sneaky right here. Dr. Repulsor looking for that angle. I don't think they're going to find it though. Stay Green falling back before they get jumped right there. So yeah, they're able to fall back in time. Now Portal Key just picked up by Engineer as well.
Oh god, that's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Engineer's the same gold for minute as Kraken. There's, I don't know, Denial's just missing a lot of damage. Like if you look at their Kraken, it's 7% like hero damage, and that's just not where you want him to be at this phase of the game.
Yeah, he is. Again, Mickey's just not been able to really take off here. The release of Kraken hasn't been the biggest this game either, so, and you're usually looking for that to be huge in those team fights or ganks and whatnot. Top tower now, it's the top's turn. And here we go. So will Denial be able to do anything about this? This is pretty much the game right here. If they can somehow hold, we'll see. Dr. Plus like, screw it, I'm going in. They go right for Slither. Slither is bursted down. That's what they needed right off the bat. They do lose Torture in the process. So 1-for-1 exchange, make that 1-for-2. Kraken goes down. He got the release of Kraken off, but Ravener doesn't care. He hasn't struck it up. He's just standing in the middle of it. Dr. Repulsor getting away. Parasite does pick off Engineer, it looks like. So at least they get him killed. Slither does buy back, by the way. Nice dodge on the ball lightning right there. And now Parasite thinking about going back in. No, maybe not, actually. Will they chase? Ravener being slowed right here. He's going to put up that electrical feedback. Turns around with a Storm Blaze, doing some good damage. But he is going to be pulled in by Dr. Repulsor. Support's coming. Not in time, though. And now Doctor's still chasing, but guess who's back? Slither is back, baby. Here we go. Kraken's going to be locked down. Slither's going to come in with the Poison Burst, maybe. There's the Poison Burst. I don't know who would hit, though. It looks like it hit Dr. Repulsor, and Doctor is out of mana. Kraken was able to dodge it, but Doctor's going to end up falling right here. He does have another buyback, actually. Will he use it is the question. They are going to chase down Kraken now. And Kraken,
I think he should use it.
There he goes. He does use it. What, he's going to jet in right here. Not going to come just yet. Here he comes. Here comes Dr. Repulsor. He's going to fly in. Slither taking some good damage. He's going to continue trying to get War Beast, but not going to be enough. Kraken will fall. Will they kill Slither at least? Yes, they will. But now Doctor's trapped. Okay, no, they're going to go War Beast. Yeah, they will. Well, that fight took a while.
Yeah, that was just a little bit prolonged. I mean, Slither died, fought back.
I mean, they're still in a bad spot, mainly because of the bottom and the mid racks that got destroyed. So, but at least they do delay it longer and trying to buy time to come back into it. So that is the good news.
Parasite finishes the puzzle box 3, so that's going to help a lot. As I was saying earlier, at this phase of the game, that puzzle box is going to die really fast. That's 800 true damage on a target, and that target will probably be like Slither or like Engineer. So that actually does make a big deal.
Yeah. It is a big pickup. He's level 16 on top of that. So as long as whatever issues he's been having, he's not being affected by those anymore, then they could have actually a pretty solid chance here. It's still holding their ground and making a comeback, but...
Ravener picks up the Insanitarius. I actually kind of like this build. You get a lot of survivability, and your hero does a lot of magic damage, and then you get your core items up, the Helm, the Shrunken Head, sometimes a Portal Key.
Yeah. And
then the Insanitarius just helps you do a lot more damage, you get more attack speed. It's one of the most cost-effective items in the game in terms of damage output as well.
Yeah, this Ravener hero, he seems like he's been built several different ways. Nice pick on Engineer right there coming out. Again, they have a lot of gank potential still here on the Hellborn side. Dr. Pulsar, nice getaway. That was close. If he got hit by the pole of lightning, that would have been some good lockdown coming out. That could have been the death of him, so he's able to port in time. He needs a little bit more room here. Maybe use that ludicrous speed shortly.
I think he's trying to get to the... Never mind. He's just going to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, hasted. This could be bad.
Torture's going to just tank it, if anything. So he just takes the death right there, and they go right back for the top. So Stay Green. Again, just kind of rinse and repeating right here. Going for the melee racks. Hellborn team, they pretty much got a hold. They cannot just give this up for free, so... There's a vulnerability. Puzzle Box is definitely doing a lot right there. Slither getting a lot of his mana drained, nearly most of it. In fact, in comes a Calfo. Will they have enough follow-up? Port back on Slither, it looks like. They can't kill him in time. He will be able to be ported back, and the rest will run away. So Stay Green just playing distraction, if anything, because you see the bottom and the middle lanes just continually being pushed in. Ravener finds Dr. Repulsor, actually. He's going in with that Shrunken Head. I don't know if this is a fight he's going to win, though. He is going to start to fall back. Shrunken Head not going to be on much longer. Going to wear off right there. Kraken diving in. Does he have to release Kraken? Yes, he does. It's going to catch Ravener. Warbeast charging in, but Warbeast doesn't even have his ulti form. Not much he's going to be able to do, but Slither can do plenty. Dr. Repulsor forced to get away. Now Kraken realizing this isn't going to work. He now tries to go for the Tsunami. Tries Ophelia picked off, by the way, at the top lane. Dr. Repulsor has enough mana to move over the ledge. Nope, he can't get over it. He was hoping he did, but Flensmaster can't do it. Even so, with the dot damage, it might not have mattered, and he falls. So I feel like dnL Esports kind of on that last leg of we're just doing everything we can to stay in. It sucks because it's so close, but you just feel like it's not going to be enough in the end. And so they go back in. Melee reacts. It's so close to dying right here. It's already at half-life. They don't have a vulnerability. Engineer dies in with the energy field. Engineer taking some good damage, but they get the quick pick on a Torture. Kraken's going to end up falling to the dot damage. Down goes the melee react, so it's not Mega Creeps, but it might as well be. In fact, it will be Mega Creeps in just a second here. As Warbeast's just going to die at this point to get the range racks killed. Maybe Slither? Okay. He is going to finish it off. And down goes Slither. Okay, it's not range X or actually Mega Creeps just yet. I guess there's the middle one, but still.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
There, yeah.
But, I don't know. There's just no way they can defend. I guess they're going to try to play it out. It's the best of one anyways. Like, the game is going to end. The game is either going to end in 5 minutes or they might have some amazing comeback. So they might as well keep playing the game.
Yeah. It's again, it's a best of one series, so yeah, exactly. You might as well, but it's clearly dnL Esports. Again, this is definitely a team that's, like I said, they just qualified for Diamond now, so we're gonna see what they can do in there. They've obviously had a pretty solid run so far through these SoundBlaster Hero League event, and even with this loss, I mean, this is good. We'll put them at 3-1, and they got another tough opponent in TMSR next. Worst case scenario, they finish 3-2. They're still moving on. And then we'll see what they can do in the bracket stage, of course. But hey, if they beat TMSR, then that'll secure them at least that second place spot in Group A, and that'd be good going into the bracket stage. So we'll see where it stands for dnL Esports when it's all said and done. But obviously, not looking good in terms of coming through with the victory here against Stay Green. As the circumstance, I mean, it's just funny looking at the base. It's just literally that one range tracks. And then pretty much the shrine and the tower. I think
everything is cleared out except for that. The meatball's gone. They just got two shrines left. Well, the meatball's gone. There's no coming back from that.
Exactly. Meatball's dead. You might as well just end the game there. Surprised it doesn't actually end it for you. So.
I mean, SG's just gonna push. There's really no reason not to go. They might slow push it to play it safe. But
they say screw it. We got to go balls to the wall, baby. They're going for a quick play energy. They can't even. Oh, yes, they can. They get him taken out before the energy field. Dr. Pulsar flying away. Torture will be picked off, so 1-for-1 support. Slightly better for the Hellborn team, though. Kraken. We already used that release to Kraken. He's just getting away. Doctor also needs to regen. The range rack. Save the range racks. Not going to happen. There's the Mega Creeps being spawned now. And the Hellborn team just going to fall back to the wall. Not going to happen, though, says Ravener. Bubbles gets taken out. And dnL Esports on the verge now of basically losing this game. They're going to once again go balls to the wall. Slither is dead, though. Only 2 players left, actually. Warbeast is dropping. They are going to kill Warbeast, and Ravener is now in a lot of trouble. He wants to chase them down. But again, Stay Green also on the other side of it. They're just like, we have this win. We don't even care if they genocide us. There's no way that they're stopping the power of the Mega Creep. So it is a genocide for dnL Esports, but
I'm just trying to think if they can realistically stop. Like, can they realistically defend Mega Creeps plus heroes and like still manage to win this game? Yeah.
No.
I want to give it like a 1% chance of like winning. I want to say there's the slightest chance in the world, like 1%.
Yeah.
But no, they can't really come back from this.
They're clearly winning. It's it's obviously dnL Esports again. What I would take out of them, knowing that they had actually a pretty good chance. Clearly, again, this isn't their A+ roster by any means. Probusk obviously not being there, as we talked about from the beginning. No shit replacing him here. No shit's a great player himself, but it's any team though. They have the right to have that A+ roster, and if that's what they say it is, then so be it. But again, like I said, worst case scenario for dnL. They still got to be pretty happy with the results overall here, and moving on to the bracket stage. They still have that one more game though against TMSR, so definitely looking forward to that. And that is set to be happening next, by the way, here to continue on today. So pending the issues, I'm sure. Hopefully not much more. Dr. Repulsor, he got caught. He was trying to be a little sneaky there. Seeing if they're maybe going for Kong or maybe try to steal it.
Well,
but
that's game then.
that's
He's going to buy it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way they're winning, especially without Doctor.
Look at hero damage. Splens is 15%. Yeah, there's nothing they can do here.
Here we go.
That is a pretty good Kraken also.
Good hell, if they had Doctor there, man. I mean, holy crap. Maybe a little bit different, but yeah, that's it's just gonna be too much. The towers are falling. Here come the Mega Creeps.
I think they're actually gonna defend this breaky.
Yeah. Maybe, and again, even look at Kraken. Look at
okay, actually, you're right.
Kraken's
there's
like
no
I'm dying.
There's no one to kill the creeps.
Savage.
Yeah.
They're chasing.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Yeah, Kraken's like, guys, I need help. Team!
Yeah, that shrine is dropping way too quick. Yeah, so they clear them out, but obviously, again, these are serious creeps. Bubbles just drops. Kraken barely stays alive. The Mega Creeps are no joke, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing it right here.
In 10 seconds. Can they hold out? Will they hold out, Breaky?
No, they won't.
They won't?
Well, okay, will they hold out? Okay, there's even one. So they will hold out for Doctor at least. I mean, holy crap. Look at the Legion's getting so many kills right here. All right, so they are going to stay alive for now until the next wave comes, which is right now. And they'll have to hold off this now.
Parasite should do battle with one of the soldiers.
Yeah, right. He should take one of those over. He might as well. Like, he'd probably get more damage out of that than himself. Like a ballista or something.
This wave, I think this wave will be the wave to end it. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, Ophelia's on the way. Minus is like, I want this game to be over. Let's go, guys. I'm gonna buff the creeps. I'm gonna heal them up. I'm gonna barrier idol them.
Does he? Oh yeah, he does. Yep. Here we go. Shrine is so close. 180 life.
Jesse's in.
Here
He
comes the
wants
next
this.
wave. Yeah. Jesse's like, I'm tired of waiting.
Legion win!
All right, so it's kind of funny. You look at the experience at the end of that game. 22,000 experience lead for dnL Esports. Yet they lost. And that's what happens at the end there. So obviously, yeah, that is going to